Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome, welcome to my channel. My name is Rocky Ballesteros. It is the last day of 2024. I can't believe it's here. I mean, saw it coming. We knew it was going to happen. December 31st was coming, but it just kind of popped up this morning and got me thinking of like, oh my gosh, this is the last day of 2024. I'm not a huge New Year's celebration kind of person. Like even when I was single or pre-kids, it's not like I would go out to crazy New Year's parties or anything. It's not really my scene. And so yeah, I mean, New Year's is exciting, and I like to watch the ball drop on TV and all that kind of jazz, but I wasn't expecting anything. We don't have any plans. I do have to get to grilling tonight, so it might cut my stream off short so that we can get to dinner. But yeah, as I was thinking about it today, I was like, geez, this is the last day of 2024. Happy New Year to you too. My cat just says Happy New Year. This is the last day of 2024. And so much has happened specifically for me in this YouTube world and just kind of with this channel, just thinking back on all that has happened on this channel. And I was shooting for 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Well, we're not going to get 48 more people before the end of the year. Who knows? We might. But no, we're not going to. But I am thankful for the 452 people that are subscribed to this channel already. What a year. What a year for YouTube. What a year for this channel. What a year for what I've been doing. And it really made me think about what's to come in 2025. How to do things better, how to do things more, how to keep doing the things that I love doing, and just kind of injecting more energy, more fuel into what makes this so much fun to me, for me. And so, yeah, it just kind of, I don't know, got all nostalgic. I'm definitely a sentimental kind of guy. And I was like, I got to stream one more time for 2024 because that was a big year for this YouTube channel. And so, yeah, that's why I'm here. Who knows? I was even thinking, because I do have to end it around dinner time so that I can cook dinner, I was thinking maybe I can swing back in later when the new year actually switches. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. It's a possibility, but at the very least, I'm here right now for a couple hours. And I've been staring at this Barry Windsor-Smith. So full disclosure, we were gone last week on a bit of a vacation, left the state, and it was fun. Had a great time. We went to Vegas and got to do a lot of fun things in Vegas, which was pretty awesome. I hadn't actually been to Vegas since I was like maybe 5, so totally different experience. And things have changed since what I remember. And so it was fun. Got to experience a lot. Could talk about that a little bit later in the stream. But anyway, I was just staring at this master study of Barry Windsor-Smith when I came home, and I was like, I have not touched this since the last stream. End of the year, and it's screaming at me to keep going. So I definitely want to do a little bit of that now. It's like I want to get inking on it. I want to see it progress. And then I picked up a lot of stuff last week before we left on vacation at my local comic book store. There was a lot of books that came in that are worth showing. I don't know if I'm going to do that tonight, but that's all piled. I got to visit a cool comic book store in Vegas, or a little bit outside of Vegas, called Maximum Comics. I wasn't able to film a promo video in that store because the person who was working there was like, oh, you got to talk to the owner, which is a bummer because I'm not going to go back there anytime soon. But it was a great store. It was organized really well and set up really well. And I found a couple of gems there as well. So just a lot of comic stuff happening. As usual, when I don't stream for a while, it just piles up. And I got a package in the mail while I was gone that I will probably show a little bit here. So yeah, a lot of comic stuff, and I realize as if I skip a week, it just starts dogpiling and a lot to do. And I have not gotten to talk to you guys all in a while, so I would talk to you guys a little bit before Christmas, so Merry Christmas to you all who I haven't wished a Merry Christmas. Hope you guys had a great Christmas and happy upcoming New Year's. And I'm so glad that you guys are here. So, what's up, Mark's Music Obsession? How are you? First in the chat, Mark, Happy New Year. Mark mentioned in his comments here, he was like, what did you say, Mark? Oh, he was saying he hoped the fireworks aren't too loud. You know what? They're going to be loud. Unfortunately, we can't stick earplugs in our animals' ears. I'm not too near anywhere where they do loud fireworks that my cats would freak out. However, there was, right before I went to bed, there was a car accident that happened right outside of my house. And I thought it sounded like somebody like dropped a whole bunch of metal pots and pans outside of our house. And I was like, what is that noise? It was really late, almost midnight. And I went and peeked out the front window, and sure enough, there was a car. I don't know what happened, but it seemed like the car like jumped the curb and knocked over a stop sign. All the airbags were deployed. And then within like a minute, a couple cop cars came, but I don't think the guy was drunk. I don't know what happened. There's a bit of a turn near our house, so maybe he like lost control. I don't know what happened, but it's kind of crazy. So that was my pre-New Year celebration. Somebody running into a sign, but I think it was fine. I think it was okay. No ambulance came or anything. So fortunately for that. But Happy New Year's to him. Happy New Year, Timmy Mello. How are you doing, man?
And the Guardians are headed to October.
I finally watched last night with my son. We watched Moneyball, and I've heard from so many people that it was a great movie, and I've been always meaning to watch it, but I never got a chance to. And so I watched it last night with him, and it was awesome. It was such a good movie. I had read a good chunk of the book and didn't finish it, but I read a good chunk of the book, which was super fascinating. And so yeah, baseball. It was great. It was just kind of the romance of baseball met with the drama and the story of baseball analytics. It was cool, super interesting. It was a great film, though. So I'm pretty sure you might have already seen it, Timmy Mello, but if you haven't, check it out. It's a good baseball movie. Mark's Music Obsession informed me that Bancroft goes live at 7. Apologies from this side of the world to what is the new year, I'm assuming, for Bancroft. Apologies, Bancroft. Didn't mean to step on any New Year's toes, but I'm bad at checking that schedule thing of when people are streaming. Again, it's almost pointless. You just got to stream when you got to stream, and when you catch the bug, you got to catch the bug. So hopefully he doesn't get too miffed. But he's already celebrating New Year's. Maybe he's plastered because the New Year's has passed already there. Whatever. If you do go over there, Mark, say hey to Bancroft for me. But yeah, I didn't mean to do that. What's up, Cranberry Langers? Good to see you again, as always.
This is a cranberry full of power.
Happy New Year to you. What do I have for New Year? I don't have that much for New Year's. That's not really great. Oh, this one's always a winner. Is that New Year's-y enough? What's Glockenspiel? Not really. This is it. That's all we got for New Year's. Happy New Year's to you, Cranberry. American Deserve. Shelby is in the house. You know, I don't know why, Shelby. This is my New Year's resolution. I don't have a sound for you, buddy. And you so deserve one. How do I do a hashtag Shelby don't care sound? Maybe you don't care, but you deserve one. Happy New Year to you, Shelby. Coloring a cover, so eyes off screen, he says. So he says. No, Happy New Year to you, man. I hope you have a good one. Let's see. It's 4:56 here. Arizona time. Are you guys 2 hours ahead of me? Anyway, you're going to hit New Year's before me. But anyway, Happy New Year's. Glad that 2024 I met you, connected with you over this crazy YouTube comic thing, and it's just been great watching your channel, all the fun stuff that you post, all the cool things that you do. and also you jumping in here in the chat. So I'm thankful for you. Thankful for Timmy Mello, Cranberry Langers, Mark's music session. You guys are all awesome. Cranberry says, I'm probably lurking while looking for a job. Wow, that is an interesting thing to be doing December 31st. But hey, we all need to work, right? So hopefully you find something soon, Cranberry. I know you had mentioned it in a previous stream that you were looking for work. Hopefully as the new year turns, January comes in. I mean, end of the year is a little tough to find new work depending on what you're looking for. But usually January, it'll swing back as the new year starts. Budgets open up. People looking for new employees, new opportunities. I have a feeling it's going to go good for you, Cranberry. So hang in there. Good luck with that. Happy New Year. Looking for work. All the celebrations going. Every time I see the emojis, we're going to do this. Easy on the booze, Cranberry Langers. We need you sober at least for the duration of this stream. Or do we, Timmy Mello? Maybe Cranberry can crack into a little of the bubbly, and that'll liven up the chat. Cranberry says, I don't really drink. My go-to is usually milk or tea or water. So hang on to your hats. Lots of liquids for Cranberry Langers. Awesome one. My man, awesome one. What's up?
Yes! That's awesome!
Awesome. Posting a link in there. I'm assuming it's fireworks. Happy New Year's to you, man. Very thankful for awesome one and just the fun you bring to chat and all the crazy links and info that you bring in. You're the man. So good to see you. Watch that and you can go to bed earlier. That's right. It's a time travel link of fireworks. I do love... I mean... Fireworks can be really loud, and I remember as a kid them freaking me out, but they are fun to watch. There's something about, like, explosions. That's just fun to watch, especially when they're done really well. So, yeah, it's exciting. Came back from Starbucks. He's caffeining it up, getting ready for the New Year's. That's awesome. Rocky's cat makes a cameo. That jerk. More fireworks. Love it. Every time we see it. I should have gotten a fireworks sound effect, but we're just going to do this. How was that Vegas comic store? It was awesome. So the cool thing that made it awesome was it was organized really well. They had a great selection of like new comics, on the racks. And then they had a section for back issue, like week or two older issues. They were displayed on shelves, outside of the bag, open, so you could flip through them. And then they had a great back issue section. They had like $2 books. They had $1 books. They had I would say their graphic novel section was a little smaller than I'm used to from other stores. But their back issues, like that they had in long boxes, were pretty great. And they just ranged from back issues that were bagged and boarded. So, worth a little bit more. And then they had back issues that were like out of bags and boards, just like flipping through old, totally random stuff. There was a bunch of like image. I'll show you guys what I actually picked up. I just picked up one back issue. This was a fun one that I found. And switch. This is a fun one that I found. Was this issue of Violator #1 that I totally forgot. I guess it was a 3-part series made in 1994. But Bart Sears, Alan Moore was writing the story, and Bart Sears was doing the art. Kind of crazy combo. And, Bart Sears, we've talked about him a little bit on stream here before with his Brute and Babe series that he did for Ominous Press, his own creator-owned stuff. And just what a great artist he is. Does a lot of fantastic, dynamic superhero anatomy. But him drawing an Alan Moore story that's about Violator is really cool. And he just like made Violator look like with his Bart Sears filter, super heroic. really dynamic, and he's fighting this character called the Admonisher, which is a great name, hilarious. So yeah, it was fun. I remember this when it came out. Shant was a huge fan of Bart Sears' stuff when we were in college together. I remember him kind of looking at a lot of Bart Sears stuff, and obviously now with the connection with Andy Smith. Yeah, it was cool. So anyway, this was just a fun one to buy. It was totally off my radar as far as looking for back issues. The fun thing is like Alan Moore drew these thumbnails, so I guess he thumbnails. I think he did this for like Watchmen as well, but he thumbnails. He's not a bad artist, not a full blown artist, but good enough artist that he can communicate his ideas. So it's kind of cool to see him do these thumbnails and then how Bart Sears translated it. It was cool. But yeah, that store was great. It was good enough, not good enough, but cool enough that I wish I could have done a promo video for it. And it just seemed like the way that they talked to the customers as they walked in. They had a great relationship with their customers. They took care of them. They were really nice. So yeah, I liked it. Happy New Year's, Rocky's cat. Sorry to hear about the accident. Yeah, hopefully everyone is right. It looked like everyone was right. I saw the guy like walk. I mean, when it first happened and the cops weren't there yet, I was like, should I go out? Like, do we need to help this guy? But then the cops came, and then I still didn't see anybody walk out. But then eventually I saw a guy like walk out. So he must have been stunned from the accident because all of the airbags were deployed. But then afterwards I saw somebody walking around. So it's kind of crazy. There was a wreck on the way to Starbucks. Everyone in a rush. Yeah. First horn was great. We're 1 hour ahead. Okay. For now. Oh, yeah, that's right, Cranberry. You're in Arizona, too. 5 hours to midnight. Will we make it? Mark Shapiro was our old GM. Oh, no kidding. He absolutely hates that movie and how he's portrayed in that. I mean, he wasn't. Yeah, he was kind of a little like not sleazy, but a little like schmarmy in that movie. Unfortunately, the guy Jonah Hill. Oh, whoops. Unfortunately, the guy Jonah Hill is John. Yes, I read that. Oh, he's in charge of the Browns now. Oh my gosh, what a crazy. Yes, and I read that he didn't like the way he. Well, he was not. He didn't want to be named and like specifically portrayed in that movie. So from what I read, and some of the behind the scenes on that movie was that they took his character and kind of made an amalgamation of a couple of Billy Bean's assistants and made the Jonah Hill character Pete Brandt. But yeah, such an interesting story, really fascinating. The Ninja and the Derailer must be out to party, maybe. H2O on the rocks, please. Awesome One says, of course the women are all out at parties. Is that how it goes, Awesome One? They might be, they're young, or they might be, no, they were not asleep. Those girls don't sleep. All us old farts are here in the chat. That's right. I don't go out New Year's Eve. Too dangerous. Trying to keep Maggie calm is enough for tonight. We have had enough drama for the last week. Yeah. I'm not a huge party guy, so New Year's Eve is just like a big party outside. People drink. Yeah, it's not me. I'm too old and too like, I'll just stay in, stay warm, read comics, watch movies. What's up? Emo Trash is here. She's representing Emo Trash. Very temporarily with your boy. Happy New Year's to you, Emo Trash. Always great seeing you here. Timmy Mel is happy at home watching streams and practicing my sketching this New Year's. That's right. I figured as much. I figured people, at least the homebodies, would probably be scouring YouTube till the wee hours of the night. Which makes me think maybe I should jump on a second stream later tonight. I don't know if it's going to happen. That's like wishful thinking. I might just go to bed after this stream. After I grill, then I'm going to go to bed. But yeah. Emo, we just said you're partying, get out of here. Awesome. And that translates from Awesome One as Happy New Year. Let's see. Only if you count getting typhoid and then going bowling as partying. What's up, Comrade Sammy? There she goes, sliding in here, getting typhoid, and going bowling. That sounds like a party to me. That's the kind of party I would go to, not a New Year's Eve party. Although I did go to, no, I guess it wasn't a New Year's Eve party. Yeah, the most memorable New Year's Eve party I went to was during Y2K, the year when it turned into the year 2000. And it was only memorable because we were at a friend's house and we realized if all hell breaks loose and what people thought was going to happen, we should get home before Y2K actually flips. So we rushed home and then nothing happened. So that was about as eventful as it gets. Did you miss me? We did, Comrade Sammy. We were wondering if you were okay, but there you go. We did miss you. And it's so good to see you here. Happy New Year to you. Emo don't... Yep, I caught myself. I knew that was a foolish thing to even bring up. Introvert supremacy. That's right. Awesome one's watching the Brooklyn Tabernacles New Year's Eve service. Awesome. That sounds really cool. I didn't know they had New Year's Eve service, but that's great link. Thank you for posting that. Comrade Sammy's currently in the car on the way to the Thai restaurant, so I have some time to chat. All right, Comrade Sammy. You're welcome to come bowling with me, Rocky. That would be cool. That would be awesome. There's a bowling alley. It's kind of like a Dave and Buster's. Do you guys know Dave and Buster's, which is like a huge arcade pub bar kind of hangout for young kids? But there was one. It's not a Dave and Buster's, but a bowling alley / Dave and Buster's-y kind of place that opened near where I live, and that's been super crowded. But like, yeah, even that is just like too much. And I say all this, and then I just told you guys I went to Vegas, which is like overload, like visual audio overload. But it's fun once in a while to dip your toe out. We definitely didn't want to be there New Year's because we know it's gonna get crazy there. But it seems like Vegas is almost like it's New Year's every day. And there's something fun, like the hotel we stayed at, as I'm guessing every hotel in Vegas had just people at the casino, had a casino downstairs and people playing. And it was kind of crazy because there was a few times I had to go downstairs to, for whatever reason, go out or get something, get a snack, get a drink or whatever. And people were just awake at all hours. And it was kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of a cool feeling. New York gives me that feeling anytime I visit there, where it's like the city never sleeps. People are up. There's something going on. That's fun, as long as it doesn't get stupid and like obnoxious, which it usually does at those hours. But it was kind of fun walking around the hotel and be like, wow, there's so many people awake, doing something, alive. And it just made me realize how sleepy where I am is at like 8 p.m. It's like there's nothing going on. It's pretty sleepy. We have a huge Dave and Buster's location in Cleveland. Okay, cool. Bowling, I'm on my way, awesome one says. Comrade Sammy says, I'm pretty bad at bowling. That's what makes bowling fun. Love bowling. Bowling's really fun, actually. Thai tea is good. Yes. Let you know if I win. Awesome, Comrade Sammy. Do that. You can post a picture of your score. That would be really fun. My son's really into bowling right now. He loves it. Anything competitive, he loves. Competitive sports or whatever he loves. So he's just gotten into bowling recently, and he's always like sending his score, and he's pretty good. Awesome one said, I took a bowling lifeguard class in school. Was that the same class? Because that's a weird combination. But those both sound like fun classes. So, cool. I had Vietnamese ramen Christmas Eve with friends and labored through it. Vietnamese ramen. All right. I don't know. I've always heard of Japanese ramen. I don't think I know what's Vietnamese. Oh, maybe Vietnamese, like dry, like pho noodles? Maybe? Is that what it's like? Awesome says, when I was in Bangkok, I had a full meal for $1.25. Can't beat that. Everything in Vegas was like exorbitantly expensive. Went to, yeah, one of the fun things we did was we went to this, one of my friends who we met there took us to this like tacos place that was open till like 4 in the morning. And they're like authentic Tijuana tacos. That was fun. They weren't super pricey, but they weren't $1.25. Cranberry Land just says, I used to be in a bowling league. I was middling. Was your bowling league, did you have the bumpers? Was it a bumper? Was it a bumper league? Or was it for reals? Okay, let's see. Cranberry, is there anything else you've done in your life that you'd like to have with the class? Yeah, it seems like Cranberry, is there anything else? Dave and Buster's is fun. Yeah. It's almost too much though. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. But it's just like Vegas. It's like just in doses. My friends are people are asking me like, "Oh, would you come back?" And I'm like, maybe once in a year. It's fun. There's like shows there. We got to see a cool magic show that was there. The Sphere. Have you guys heard of that? This is like huge dome, like exploratorium dome, like that. The projection is almost 360 inside, and then outside is this big, it's like a screen, an LED screen, but in the shape of a sphere, and they project stuff all over it. So we watched a show that was in there, and that was quite good, really, really good actually. And it was directed by a director named Darren Aronofsky, who he directed Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan, kind of these dark, dystopian feeling movies, psychological movies. And he directed this film that they show in the Sphere called Postcards from Earth. It was awesome. It was really well done, and it just took advantage of the projection and the sound in this Sphere thing. So it was awesome. Highly recommended if you are into that kind of thing. Didn't know what to expect. I heard that concerts there are really cool. Like, I think U2 had a concert there. I think the Eagles are going to have a concert there. And some other people. But yeah, it was cool. It was really cool to experience, and just kind of one of those things that you only do in Vegas. So it was kind of neat. Sad because all the food in Vegas used to be cheap. That's the draw. That's part of the draw. That's what I heard too. One of my friends was saying you could get like a 99 cent, when he was a kid, you could get like a 99-cent buffet there at one of the hotels, and then people would come, and then they would that's what draw people in to like gamble and spend money on other things. But yeah, everything was really expensive there. Food was expensive. Even walking into Walgreens to get bottled waters, which most restaurants didn't serve free water. I mean, if you sat down and, no, that's not true. Most restaurants, you couldn't get like free water. So you'd either have to pay for a cup and then fill it up at a fountain at the casino, or buy a bottled water, which were like $6-7, So it was kind of crazy. And yeah, it was super expensive. Like, I went to one of the places we ran across was Gordon Ramsay had like a fish and chips restaurant there, and I'm a big fan of Gordon Ramsay. And so I saw it, I was like, oh, try it out. But it was like $22 for 3 pieces of fish. I mean, they were quite good, but $22 for fish and chips was insane. The cheapest thing I ate were those tacos, and for tacos, it was still, I think it was like $4 to $5 for one taco. So that's not that cheap. Happy New Year's, David Alicia. Nice to see you again. Happy New Year's to you. Hope you're having a great reflection on 2024. Good to see you here. I skipped 2 to 3 foot long rocks on the surface of a dam's lake. Oh, that was another thing. We went to Hoover Dam. That was pretty cool. Beautiful. I mean, the drive there was, it's kind of dead desert. So it wasn't that like, ooh, wow, like the scenery wasn't that great. But Hoover Dam itself was beautiful and was kind of this engineering feat. And yeah, that was amazing. I had been there as a kid before, but to see it again as an adult, just kind of process like what they had to do to build that thing and what it does for all the basins and the rivers that are upstream and downstream from it was pretty incredible. Sphere is a major attraction. Yeah, it is. I mean, hopefully they utilize it well and that it doesn't like it's weird. It's kind of a weird, unique thing, and to place it in the middle of Vegas is a little weird too. But hopefully, they can draw enough like stars to do shows there. I can see watching a concert in there being pretty awesome. I've seen some footage of the U2 concert that how they use the screen, and it looked amazing. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see how people take advantage of that projection system and use it for what it can do, because that watching that film was just like, holy cow. They like the seats had like haptic vibration in it too, so that was kind of cool. The sound system was phenomenal, the screens were amazing, and part of the Postcards from Earth, the film that we watched, was basically shooting like phenomenal nature footage and showing it all around you. And one of the sequences they had, they had their typical things like whales and sharks and elephants, and you're in the middle of like a lion, in front of a lion. It was awesome, really cool. But one of the sequences they had was like this super macro close up on a spider just sitting there at the edge of a leaf, like staring directly at camera. And I was looking at it, I was like, this is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be, I don't like spiders at all. And I was staring at it, I was like, it's gonna jump. And you could feel like the story and the narration kind of going there. And it jumped. And I swear to you, like the seat must have shaked and the sound must have done something, but it freaked the crap out of me when it jumped. And I knew it was gonna happen. But yeah, it was awesome. So I can imagine like if you filmed it, just like filmmakers film stuff for IMAX, if you use that and utilize the tools to really take advantage of what it can do, the Sphere could do, it could be an awesome experience. So it was awesome. It was really fun. Same Sphere that Kamala's campaign spent a ludicrous amount of money just to project her name on? Probably. I don't know, but yeah, probably. There was a lot of money that was spent on that campaign that we don't know what happened, but yeah, I don't remember seeing any images, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. They had these huge like happy face on it when we were there. I mean, they showed different things. It was like a snow globe, fireplace, advertisements. They had this big happy face, like just kind of like a happy face emoji. What's up, K-pop? Happy New Year to you. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thankful for you. Thankful for your presence and just getting to know you this year. I'm just reflecting on 2024 and the YouTube world that I stepped into. It's been a good one, guys, and I've just been very grateful, very thankful, and very excited about where 2025 will go. So glad you guys are here to celebrate. Oh shoot, did my mouse just die? Let's see. So is there a master study actually? Is this the final? All right, and that's it. I'm done, guys. Happy New Year. I'll get to inking. God bless you, emo trash. Is K-pop gonna party or stream? Already 2025 over in the East? No, it's not. What do you mean? East Coast or East, like East of the world? East Asia. That's what you mean, right? East Coast, they still got time. I was going to, but I'll just jump on some stream later. Okay. Hoover Dam was a bucket list place for me. It's awesome. I didn't get to do the like super special tour because, long story short, it would have taken us too long and we had to get back to the city in time for the show we were going to watch. So we ended up just doing the shorter cheaper tour. And it was still cool, but I heard that the longer tour is better and you kind of get to see a lot more, like an original tunnel or something like that. So didn't get to do that, but it was still cool. And it was just cool to walk. One of the neat things is like the dividing line, the border line of Arizona and Nevada are right in smack dab in the middle of where the dam is. And so you can walk like across the border and like take a picture right between Arizona and Nevada. So it was kind of cool. We all know exactly what happened to that money. Shouldn't you be out painting the town red? What's up, Adam?
This is Adam.
Not really. Hey. This is basically me painting the town red right now. Mighty Geek Studios, Happy New Year, one and all. Happy New Year to you, Mighty Geek Studios. Thank you for stopping in here just to wish everybody hey. I'm figuring the whole circuit of YouTube channels and all you comic fans, it's all going to be happening tonight. So strap in for the long haul. And yeah, it'll hopefully be fun. Fun celebration, just saying hey and Happy New Year to everybody. All right, let's see. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, Mighty Geek Studios. Antoine Dennison is here. What's up, Antoine Dennison? Reluctant mod Antoine Dennison, but we're going to give you something. Happy New Year to you. East as in Asia. Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Sounds like someone forgot to tell you to watch your step when entering. Sydney fireworks. They're already happening. Hit that like. Thank you, Mark. Yes. Hit that like for sure, people. Everybody's showing up in here. And it's great to see you all. It says 13 people watching, which is awesome. Amazing. So yeah, hit that like for me if you don't mind. The last like of 2024 on this channel, maybe, unless I do another stream. I keep dangling out there. Who knows if that's going to happen. But yeah. So yeah, let's do a little bit of inking here while I have some time. So I'm not just yapping like Emo Trash called me out on. What would it be without Emo Trash calling me out? Yeah, we're going to get some cat noises, I'm pretty sure, unless my kids feed the cats without me asking them. One thing I realized, too, is I'm running out of ink. See, that bottle is almost out. So I might have to switch inks in the middle of this piece, but hopefully not. Oh, and the other thing I'm going to try is I am going to try... This is part of the reason it delayed me about 20 minutes to figure this out, but I'm going to try to play some YouTube audio music in the background while I'm doing this through YouTube's audio library. So that means I don't have to worry about getting copyright stricken. I was going to do Fat Rat and Comrade Sammy for you who are listening. Maybe you're bowling already or eating Thai food. But I was going to try and do Fat Rat. But then I looked again at the copyright and it's like, if you play Fat Rat music, one, I had this issue with volume levels. But two, if you do play Fat Rat's music, it's like you're going to get a strike. It even says it in his description. And then you have to appeal the strike by typing in this special word and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, and it'll work. And all this kind of stuff. It just was complicated. So I've defaulted to YouTube's music because it's on YouTube. So yeah, let's see if this works. I'm going to just play some music and let it roll. And you guys tell me if it's too loud. It's a lot of technical gymnastics. So something is playing right now if you don't hear it. Hopefully you do. Emo Trash says, oh yeah, speaking of cats, her cat Lucky had a... Okay, that sounds crazy loud. Is that crazy loud? Or is that me? I'm going to take that down in my own ears. But hopefully that's not too loud. Tell me if it's too loud, guys, and we'll see what we can do. I don't know what I can do because I tried a bunch of tests and that's about as low as I can get it. But yeah, Emo Trash's cat Lucky was not so lucky. She was sharing with me a little bit on a couple DMs of poor guy was having a bad time, which sounds like it was a lot of the fault of your vet. I don't know what they were doing, but I hope he's doing okay. I always hate, just like when Maggie was a little sick, I always hate when animals are not feeling good, or something that's out of their control happens to them and they don't really know what's going on. Man, I am so out of sorts here with drawing. I haven't been drawing in a while, so let's see how this goes. Hopefully I don't blow this up right before New Year's. Did you guys get any cool things for Christmas? That'd be cool to know. Hope your Christmas celebrations were awesome. Also, you guys let me know if my head was trying to... I feel so out of sorts. It's like when you don't... I know it's kind of like riding a bike. Both inking and streaming. It's a little bit like riding a bike. Like you don't forget how to do it. Wow, that could have been disastrous. Just saw a cat hair. You don't forget how to do it, but you do always also have to remember all the things and kind of get your legs back under you. So I feel quite out of sorts, both with streaming and inking on stream, or drawing on stream. Where was I going with that? See, I forgot already. Oh, but just like prepping for this stream, I was like, oh man, I gotta do the thumbnail and the thing and the copy this and make sure this is on, and the sound levels. And I've always struggled with the sound levels because what you guys hear is different from what I hear, and it's just the way that the sound is looped. I was gonna see, I'm already out of sorts. I failed. It's the way that the sound is looped in from my mic and combined with stuff that's played on a browser versus sound effects that are baked into Ecamm versus sound effects that I import myself. So it's all this like kind of crazy mess. And I don't like this song, so I'm gonna skip. It's just a random. Emotress says, I'm gonna get going, so I ain't juggling my phone while trying to get ready. Bon nuit and Happy New Year all. See you later, Emotrash. Thank you for coming in. Happy New Year to you, and I'll see you in 2025. Hey, where's John? Loud on your end. Is it too loud? Is it too loud, Comrade Sammy? Sorry, Cranberry Langers. Someday. Oh, Cranberry says it's a little low. Huh. Really? Okay. Very ravey. See, what is... I don't like this song either. I don't know any of this song. I just did I did a genre filter of what I didn't want. And there's just random stuff in here, so I'm just going to be skipping if I don't like it. Emo Trash is heading out to a party. That's what. There you go. All right. Mark's Music Obsession says, Maggie's doing okay health-wise at the moment, but is upset and looking for mom at least a couple times a day. Oh, is your mom okay, Mark? Oh my gosh. Please tell me your mom's okay. 'Cause I am out of it. I don't know. I hope your mom's okay. Antoine Dennis says he got the Bolland art. I know this song. This is the song. Sorry, now this is more distracting than helping. This is the song that I edited that video to. Antoine Dennison sells. He got the Bolland Art Edition. I'm sure it's amazing. Comrade Sammy got a new projector for Christmas since I fried my other one trying to fix it. I got this awesome. One of the things I got was this awesome art book. And usually I'm not. If I want something art wise or comic wise, usually I will buy it on my own. I'm not the kind of guy it's like, oh yeah, everybody knows that I want this specific kind of comic and they'll get it for a gift or Christmas. So that's pretty much all I usually want. I'm not a big like clothes. I like clothes, I do, but it's not something that I'm like, oh, I really want that sneaker or that jacket, or I'm just like more utilitarian with my clothes. So mostly the stuff that I like to get that's fun for gifts are like art books or comics. Before, when I used to collect movies, it would be movies. But now that everything's streaming, you don't really buy movies that much anymore. And so yeah, I'm not the easiest person to buy stuff like that, like media stuff, because I usually get it myself already. I don't wait around. And my tastes are so specific. But I say all that because my kids bought me this very cool Japanese art book. He's a background painter for Ghibli films. And they got it from this bookstore, this Japanese bookstore that's in the city called Kinokuniya. They have one in all over the place. It's an international bookstore. It's a chain, but they carry really cool Japanese art that you can't find here, and most of their books are all in Japanese. They also carry a lot of manga. But yeah, they picked it out on themselves, and it's a great book. And it's not a book that I was eyeing either, but it was like, it's great. I can show you guys in a second. It's phenomenal. It's one of those books that makes me go, oh my gosh. How did a human do this? Emo Trash just will DM John and see if he releases my absence. Cranberry Rangers got a gift card, a Farsight. Ah, Farsight's awesome. Christmas socks, love socks. First season of Star Trek Next Generation, a laptop. Wow, some Superman, Batman bookends, and a comic book notebook with stencils and pre-paneled comic pages. That sounds great. What a haul for Christmas. And it sounds like whoever got you those gifts knew their target audience. Oh, I did also on the trip when we went to Vegas. I did watch or finish watching the Penguin series. I had started it when it came out, and then I fell behind and didn't catch up, and finally finished it, and it ended great. It's a really, really good TV series. Not very Batman-y. It's more just about the Penguin and kind of who he is. Not very superhero-ish. So you could argue it's like, well, did it need to be a Penguin show? But they're kind of building on what they set up in that last Batman movie, The Batman. And yeah, it was great. It was solid all the way through. And it's dark. It ended really dark. So yeah, if you like dark mafioso origin kind of story stuff, I would recommend it. Makes him a lot more interesting of a character too. I guess I want to go back and watch that movie, The Batman, because I know he was introduced in there, but now seeing the story, how they are playing out his backstory, I want to go back and watch it again. Colin Farrell, if he doesn't get some sort of awards for that performance, I mean, he's amazing in it and very transformative. Like, you just don't think it's Colin Farrell. There's nothing about his performance that comes across as like, oh, this is Colin Farrell at all. Like, his dialogue is different, his accent is different, his mannerisms are different, and he doesn't play the kind of like edgy I mean, is Colin Farrell, was he really an action star? I mean, he's kind of an action star, but kind of a dark leading man. He doesn't play that at all as Penguin. He's really compelling on screen too. The makeup job was amazing in that too. Quieter on our end, loud on yours. Okay. What do you like about Barry Windsor-Smith? Oh, funny you should ask. Great question. Barry Windsor-Smith, I think he has such a cool... I do not like that song. Why is that kind of song on here? Sorry. The things I like about Barry Windsor-Smith are how he draws anatomy is very dynamic and unique, and yet it's really stylized. Like one thing I've been learning as I've been doing this master study is there's certain Barry Windsor-Smith isms that he does that make his work look like Barry. Like when you look at a piece of art, you're like, oh, that's Barry Windsor-Smith. It's like the way he draws his anatomy, his faces, his cross-hatching. I swear this music is not good. No wonder why it's free. I feel like I'm in a video game. I'm gonna do a different filter. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm a worse as a janky as it is as a streaming. I'm a worse DJ. So yeah, to wrap up that answer, Mighty Geek Studios. I just love his sense of rendering and anatomy and just how dynamic he draws things. Like you can tell he's studied anatomy and he knows muscles and he's a great storyteller too. I just finished reading the Machine Man limited series that he did in the 80s. I had unboxed it or shown it on stream a long time ago, but I finally got around the chance to finish reading that. And it's cool because Herb Trimpe, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, classic Marvel artist, did the layouts on the first, there's 4 issues, and he did the layouts on the first 3 issues, and then Barry Windsor-Smith, who is younger than Herb Trimpe, did the finishes over his layouts. So you can kind of feel it. Like, you can feel the Barry Windsor-Smith isms come out because he did the finishes, but then there's some things that were a little bit more static than he did. However, the fourth issue, the last issue, was all Barry Windsor-Smith. So I don't know if Herb Trimpe moved on or didn't have time to do it or whatever, but Barry Windsor-Smith did all the art, and you could feel how different it was. It was a lot more dynamic. It was a lot more, the pacing was different than the first 3 issues. The pacing was a lot more, I don't know if it's classic is the right descriptor of it, but it was a lot more like ABC, the pacing. And in the fourth one, you just felt it like shift. It was like, oh wow, this is different. This feels totally different. And then it's more of like what's in line of what you would expect from Barry Windsor-Smith, like from Weapon X, and which he did after Machine Man, I'm assuming, or after that time. So yeah, those are the kind of things. And Barry Windsor-Smith also likes to draw tech. And he has a very unique way of drawing tech, just like Kirby had his own way of drawing tech. Barry Windsor-Smith does too, and really showing off here in his Weapon X design. So yeah, those are the things I like about it. His unique way of stylizing the world, and yet it's still grounded in a solid art background. Like, he knows how to draw convincing reality. I remember as a kid, like, he would do fill-in issues for, he did a few fill-in issues on X-Men and other stories, but I remember seeing his work on X-Men, on like Uncanny X-Men, and it would come in between, like, I was so into Mark Silvestri when he was drawing X-Men, and then you'd see Barry Windsor-Smith and it would be so different. It's like, it's not as appealing to me. It's different. Like, but now I have such an appreciation for his stuff than I did. Like, I didn't like it as much as I do now because it wasn't Mark Silvestri doing X-Men. It was just, and anybody who wasn't Mark Silvestri doing X-Men, I was like, eh. Oh my gosh. Mark. Mark, that kills me, man. Ugh. I am so sorry, dude. Oh. I had no idea, man. I am so sorry. I know. Wow. Mark, that is tough to hear, man. I mean, I know I don't know you that well. I just know you from YouTube, and yeah, wow. Mark, I am so sorry. That is really hard to hear, Mark. Whew. I am sorry I didn't get to that sooner too, man. Gosh. You're not bringing the stream down, man. That's real life, and I will remember her in my prayers, dude. Like, as much as you're a part of this stream, I think her presence was as well. I will never forget putting on closed captions for your mom. Wow. Woo. All right, give me a second, guys. Whew. Yeah. I am sorry, Mark. Really sorry to hear that. Yeah. As I mean, I just as early on as you have been part of these chats and just your presence has been here, and just how I appreciate you being here so much, and just all you've done for my channel, and just, you know, your YouTube friendship. I will never forget your mom being a part of that. And I know December was like, we were all celebrating all the birthdays that were happening in your family, and your mom was included in that. So I will never forget that. I will never forget her. I wish I got to meet her in person, but yeah, I'm sorry to hear for your loss. That's rough. Whew. That is rough. Antoine Dennison says, how many episodes is The Penguin? I think it's 8. Antoine Dennison, 8 or 10, something like that. It's a great pace. I never felt like that the story stalled at all, and as Penguin's character is developing, so as they're developing Penguin's characters, there's also a few other characters in there that have a long development as well, develop just as much as he does. And so yeah, it's great. There's great character development, not just Penguin. It's like his mom is in there, and he has a young guy that he takes under his wing named Vic, who has a great character arc in there too. And then a few other characters who are like his nemesis or villains in the show. So it's good. I recommend it. It's dark though, really dark. It's one of those shows where you're like, whoo. Like, I love dark shows. I really do. I love those kind of. I don't like happy endings all the time. I think sometimes endings that are sour, or not sour, but like kind of punch you in the gut at the end, that make you feel something that's not always happy. And Penguin's one of those shows. It's definitely not a happy ending, but it makes you want to go like, where are they gonna take this next? Because this is a really dark turn. And kind of appropriate for the Batman world. Let's see. I remember Shanth bringing up the unfortunate situation Mark's family went through. He and his families have my prayers. Yeah. Mark, that's so hard. That's really hard. I enjoy seeing performances where the actor surrenders themselves completely to the role. That, yeah, I I kudos to the director, the showrunners, and the casting directors for finding Colin Farrell or taking a chance on Colin Farrell, because he is the last, based on his other performances, and I haven't seen that many Colin Farrell movies, but based on his body of work, I would have not ever thought like, oh yeah, he'll make a great penguin in you know, in makeup, in like full on like makeup that doesn't rely on his like pretty boy looks and his like hard edge, rebellious, dashing good looks, or however you want to describe it, like what you would know Colin Farrell for. So he was great. When I first saw the work of Barry Windsor-Smith in the 80s, I thought that all of his female faces looked like, you know what? That was one of the things that turned me off on Barry Windsor-Smith's work, to be honest, was the way that he drew female faces. They did have that, like, they all kind of had the same proportions, and they were not your standard, like, comic book beauty look, at least not for me. And comparing them to Meryl Streep is a pretty good comparison, Antoine Dennison. So yeah, that was one of the things, because I was going from like Mark Silvestri's females and his girls, Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee, all those guys, and how they drew their comic women, and then you'd throw in Barry Windsor-Smith, and you're like, or like John Buscema even is like, just this like classic comic book beauty. John Romita, all those guys, and then all of a sudden you throw in Barry Windsor-Smith, and you're like, and his girls had character to them, but they weren't attractive to me. So it was just like, oh yeah, like he did this awesome story of fill-in story in Uncanny X-Men on Storm, and I love Storm. I loved how Mark Silvestri drew her. I loved how Paul Smith drew Storm. I loved Arthur Adams, Dave Cockrum, John Byrne, all of those guys drawing Storm. And then Barry Windsor-Smith drew it, and I was like, like these like tiny eyes, of really high cheekbones, and yeah, he kind of draws weird looking faces. But he's super good at it, and it just it's his style. It's his take on these faces. Timmy Mello says, my mother passed around the same time 11 years ago. You have my condolences, Mark. All right, Comrade Sammy, see you later. Have fun bowling and Thai food. I was thinking Rocky was in chat on Sean's stream when we talked about. No, I wasn't. I haven't talked to Sean. I actually have to talk to him soon about something coming up, but I have not. Yeah, I haven't. I didn't hear. So sorry, Mark. I'm sorry. I'm behind the curve on the news. I was really unplugged from YouTube and just social media in general since Christmas, on purpose. Just spending time with family and stuff like that. So yeah, I missed that news. It was good we got to talk to your mom, but through you for a last bit. I look forward to hearing how she was and saying hi to her. Bye, MMO Mom. Rest in peace, MMO MOM. Thanks, Mark. What's up, Unhinged? How are you? Happy New Year, Jason. Long day. How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good New Year's, just trying to get one last 2024 stream for me in. And see all you fine folks and catch up a little bit. I know I've been out of it for a while. It's funny because it wasn't really that long ago that I didn't stream, like a little over a week, I think. But it feels like ages. And in YouTube time, I think it is. I definitely haven't drawn in a while, if you can't tell from my like wobbly hand. Like I foolishly brought a sketchbook with me to Vegas. I was like, oh yeah, there'll be cool things to draw there, and I didn't do it. I was in consumption mode when I was there. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Jason. We didn't have much time with your mom, Mark, but it was good. It was. I thought Penguin had a super happy ending. I liked it when he joined the chimney sweep and sang with the cartoon characters. Yeah, it wasn't quite like that. Jason, did you actually watch the ending? It wasn't quite like that. It actually, like, I knew it wasn't going to end happy. I really did. Like, just the way the series went, I was like, okay, this is one of those shows that's going to have a bad ending, right? It's going to be dark. But I didn't think it would go as dark as it did. I was like, are they really going to do it? Yeah, they did it. Same face syndrome, kind of, yeah. Life, Death, a Love Story was a wonderful issue. Yes, it was, and it was a breath of fresh air for sure. Like it felt so different, and the story itself was amazing. I gotta read that again, actually. But it was so different for my childhood eyes that I was just like, I don't know, I want Mark Silvestri back. Where's my Mark Silvestri? So hard though. I can get the difficulty in differentiating facial features, especially in women. Yeah, it's tough. And like most artists, most successful artists have a set few faces that they go to, like a library of faces that they go to. So it's like Mark Silvestri, you can tell Mark Silvestri's girls for sure. They all kind of have this look, and there's variances in it. It's not all just one stock face, but there is a look that his girls have. Same with Jim Lee's girls, and a lot of people copy it. Same with like who else? Like John Burns' girls have a certain, Arthur Adams' girls have a certain look to their faces. And girls do tend to be harder to have a lot more variances than guys. Probably because most comic book artists are trying to make their girls look attractive and superhero-ish. But then, every now and then you'll have an artist that comes along and they can pull out, like, I would say, like, Arthur Adams, when he first started, and he was incredible already when he hit the scene, like Longshot, the Longshot miniseries or whatever, was already incredible. You can already see, like, the Arthur Adam isms coming out. But I would say that all of his female characters had a certain look to them, which was amazing, like incredible look, and he kind of rode that for a long time. And then there was a point in time, maybe like the late 90s, early 2000s, where he started drawing his girls, and I think maybe it's because a lot of people were aping his style too. But he started pushing the different looks and features on his women and still kept them looking attractive and beautiful, but they had a uniqueness to them that I hadn't seen before. And I remember seeing that shift. I was like, oh wait, like, she has a different ethnicity kind of nose, or different placement in her cheekbones, that makes her look different from this other character. So that was kind of cool to see his style evolve in that way. And you find very few artists who can do that. I think Travis Charest is another one who, he started off like he had a stock face for his why is that? Sorry. He had a stock face for his guys and his girls. It was kind of like a Jim Lee stock face. But then he started really pushing unique features later. And then even now, it's just like everybody looks like a fully lived in character from a different country or a different place or a different world. They just have so unique. Well, slap me silly and call me Billy. Rocky is live. What's up, Diesel? Happy New Year's to Diesel. I am live. My goodness, it's been a while. I was just saying earlier, it's been a while, but New Year's is as good as any to stream. Figured most of the YouTube world will be floating around from stream to stream tonight, just because a lot of people will be at home and awake, waiting for the New Year's to turn, and surfing the web, surfing streams, looking for people to hang out with. If you're not at a party outside, you're probably inside on your phone or on your computer looking at streams. That's what I would be doing. How you doing, Diesel? Happy New Year to you. The new Tales from the Crypt episode is about an artist whose drawings come to life. Ooh. Yeah, they've done that before. What did I just read? Somebody was talking about... Oh, I think there was like a Bob Newhart show or something where he was like a comic book artist. Was that Tales from the Crypt with the when the artist's drawings come to life? Is that new? Because I feel like I've heard that or seen that before. Like some sort of horror crypt something. Like it goes bad. Sorry, I just gave up on the music. Is it your intention to spoil the show for us? You sound like you're on the cusp. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm pretty good at like keeping secrets when it comes to shows. The only thing I'd spoil is that I didn't think it was going to go as dark as it did, which maybe that spoils it for some people, but that's all I'm going to say. Glad you're streaming tonight. Thanks, David Alicia. Usually you can better tell a girl apart from her hair, her figure, tone, and her clothing, but hardly her face. Unless the artist is really good at expressing eyes and noses, but that's a given. Yeah, and it's hard enough to get a female character to look attractive. Let alone do that multiple times and making the females look different from each other too. So I feel like we have there's more range you can find in male characters for comic books. Like we're like, yeah, it's cool, we can accept a weird looking guy. But when you see like a very unattractive, weird looking female character, you're like, that's not a cool character. Windsor-Smith worked on the X-Men long before Silvestri. I know, but I was introduced. I mean, I really got into X-Men at Silvestri's time on X-Men. Like that whole Fall of the Mutants, that was my favorite Uncanny X-Men era. And so he was tops in my book. I mean, I love John Byrne's X-Men. I love Paul Smith's X-Men. John Romita Jr.'s X-Men. It's a lot of guys I love, but definitely Mark Silvestri is like, that Fall of the Mutants just like so good. there's less leeway with what artists feel like they can do with female faces. In line art, experimentation or diversity of bone structure on women is often regarded as ugly female. Yeah, and I think like one of the things in this machine, it's funny, in this Machine Man limited series, he draws this one character. Her name is Sunset Bane. She's like the main villain in it. And she's supposed to be this older woman, but the way he draws her, it's so ugly looking. And granted, she's an older woman, but like, I feel like most attractive women in the shorthand of comics or in comics illustration, like the less lines, the better. The more lines you put on, it's almost like instantly reads as like too much lines or like wrinkles or and so a lot of with the female figure and female faces, there's like a simplification there, and that comes across as more attractive, whether that's like because they look younger or just less marks on the face. Doesn't necessarily translate when guy with illustration or the depiction of the male face, because like, you know, there's all sorts of like rendering and lines that you can add to a character's face, hatching or whatever. But if you put too much hatching on like a female face, it just doesn't like takes away from the beauty somewhat. I don't know. That's like even with artists who would like hatch a lot, like trying to think. Yeah, like if you compare the hatching that somebody like Todd McFarlane does on his male faces versus his female faces, it's definitely ratcheted down on the female faces, even though it's the same techniques and the same style. It's like there's a lot more simplification on the female form, female faces in particular. Ugh. Oh dang! It's already 6:14. I gotta get going soon. I gotta fire up the grill. Shoot! I just got started. Woo! I knew this was gonna be hard. Yeah, who knows? I might come back on later tonight. I probably have to go in like 15 minutes, or else we ain't eating. Yeah, it's cool how one thing I noticed here as I'm doing this image, it's cool to see how Barry Windsor-Smith puts together this tech. It's like a lot of it is just nonsensical forms, as many of us, when we're drawing tech that doesn't exist, just kind of put together forms and take pieces of something you've seen over here and put it in there, and this piece of tech over here and here. But the key with that stuff, even though you're making it up, is to make it feel like it's functional. And that makes it believable, even if it's like totally fantasy. And his tech definitely feels functional. Like these tubes, some wires. Without Mark Silvestri, there's no Michael Turner or David Finch, who mentored both. And for Christmas, I'm excited to have bought David Finch's art classes to learn under that comic. Oh, that's great. Yeah, David Finch is awesome. He's really good, and he's really done well on streaming and his YouTube channel, or yeah, however you want to call it, like the tutorials that he puts on YouTube. It's amazing. He seems like such a... And I don't know anything about David Finch, but from the stories I've heard, like, he seems like somebody who is always willing to mentor people. So it doesn't surprise me that he comes up with good tutorial classes or tutorial videos, because he seems like somebody who is very good at mentoring the next artist or generation and is willing to give his time to do that, which is great for somebody as successful as him. So that's great, Timmy Mello. I'd be curious to see how you like those art classes. There are parties on every street here in Riverside. I can smell the barbecue everywhere. Nice. Bob Newhart show was where he was a comic book artist. Got it. I know. I feel like too. It says all new season 2024. Art Adams did some wonderful facial varieties in New Mutant Special Edition. Yeah. I was attempting to watch Nosferatu. Oh, I'm interested about that movie. I don't know. I mean, it looks creepy, and it's not my kind of film, but it seems so like bold and experimental that I didn't see that other movie that he did. Maybe I should watch that first. The Lighthouse, I think it was. The director did. But yeah, that, I don't know, that it looks cool. Like, it's definitely got me like, oh, okay. I don't know if Sean's seen it too. I mean, he would, of all people, should see Nosferatu. I'll have to ask him. I haven't talked to him in a while. Do Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Leonardo get goo on them, Rocky? Yes. Gotta go, Rocky. Have a great new year. Rocky in chat. Happy New Year, Unhinged. Happy New Year, Jason. Great to see you. I'll see you on the other side. Ironically, a lot of women who tend to get into physical confrontations like MMA fighters tend to have disfigurements on the face. Yeah. Thanks for streaming as much as you could, Rocky. I need good things to focus on. You're welcome, Mark. You know, whatever I can do, what little I can do to give you some sort of comfort or escape, or just to take your, like you said, take your mind off of things. It's my pleasure. I do have to go soon, guys, just because I need to start cooking. We're gonna cook some steaks tonight, but we'll see if I can muster enough energy. I didn't get as far as I would like to on this piece, and it's gonna just laugh at me through the new year if I don't touch it again. So I do have a little bit of motivation to want to try and fire up a stream again later tonight. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Hopefully you guys, most of you guys will still be up. And if not, maybe it's just me in a quiet room just trying to draw. Because that would be a fun way to ring in the new year. Inking Barry Windsor-Smith. That's pretty good. Oh man, I didn't even show you guys any of the stuff that I was thinking of showing you, so that's another motivation. Here, let me just finish this. I just made a mistake. Let me finish this line, and I will tease what I was going to show. Love how this hand was turning out. I really want to get into this fists part. Okay, let me show you guys. I'll stop inking, and as I wrap this up, let me show you guys what it was I was going to share, which I just got in the mail. And I haven't even pulled it out of its plastic. Dun da da da. Jim Lee's Artist Edition of the X-Men. This one has been out for a while, and I always hesitated getting it. Why did I hesitate getting it? I don't know. I always got enamored by the other Artist Edition. I think partially because it's not the full issues of. I love it when it's like when these Artist Editions contain a full issue of a comic book. And it's not just, piecemeal, like a few pages here, a few pages there, which this one is. I think it might contain the full issue of something. But anyway, this is super popular. It's been out there, but I've never seen it really dip in price. Kind of hovers around the $100, $120 mark for this book. But so I've never bit the bullet of trying to get it. And it didn't seem like they were. Some artist editions, when they come out, are pretty limited, and so once they sell whatever the first printing run, then they'll be really hard to find, like on eBay, and the price will like start shooting up. So, for example, the Spawn Vault, they call it the Vault Edition, which is of the first 4 issues of Spawn, I want to say, which is scanned artist edition. That one, they did a limited run. McFarlane did a limited run, and those are pretty expensive to find. So I'm kind of on the hunt of looking to see if I can get it, but it's expensive, so kind of prohibitive of me getting it. But this one in particular, I think they have flooded the market with these, so they're not very hard to locate, but they all kind of hover around the 100-ish price range. However, I did find somebody selling it on eBay randomly for like almost half price off, and I nabbed it. And so that kind of pushed me over the edge of like, oh, I'd pay, less than $100 for this book. So I'm really excited to open this up. I've seen some flip through videos of it, but I was hoping to flip through it here with you guys. But I didn't. I ran out of time. But maybe if I stream again later tonight, I'll if I do stream later tonight, I will definitely open this up and look through it. And if not tonight, then another time, because this is going to be a good one. This is like Jim Lee when he became a superstar, basically, is around this time that he was doing these books. So this is a good one. Super awesome to see like the lines up close and the ink line. Scott Williams inks on this. This might as well be a Scott Williams artist edition as well as a Jim Lee artist edition, because the pairing of those two guys is what like just elevated Jim Lee's work. And it's nice that I got Scott Williams credit down here too. So yeah, this one came in. Super excited about that one. Yeah. Get it to 500 to 600 already. I'm rushing. Yes, that's why I made a mistake. Get to that 500, ready to be the first official channel member. Still have dibs. You got it, Mark. I promise you that. I'll probably be around at 3 a.m. I'll be up all night. Hope you can make it back. I've always wanted to pattern a bit of Michael Turner's style, which fits. Yeah, for sure. His classes on body proportions and head shapes are really helpful, though I only just got started in them. I'm really hoping this helps me better refine. Hey, man, anything you do, Timmy Mello, the posture of learning and just being in that posture of like wanting to learn and even being willing to like put down money to take classes or tutorials or whatever, you're in a good spot. So I'm excited to see how you what you learn from these classes, and for you to share that with us. That'd be awesome. I'm watching Nosferatu right now. I'm watching it in parts. Interesting. Okay, cool. Waiting to hear your review later, Antoine Dennison. I really admire those guys that can fake tech that feels right. That's right. Rob Liefeld. Love that guy. Love what he's done, is doing for comics, but his tech was not believable. Unless you thought everybody walked around with like toasters as guns. So yeah, when it's stuff like this, and it feels functional, then you're just like, holy cow, like whatever it is, it looks amazing. So, all right, let's see. You can write off those artist editions as a business. Yes, sure. Yes. Big fan of his Black Widow for artistic reasons and nothing else. Exactly. Yes. Look at that. The artistry. Right? Why aren't we seeing the backside of Wolverine here and then Black Widow? I wonder why he did that. Why isn't Black Widow sitting here on the backside of Captain America here? I don't know. Jim Lee, man, makes weird choices. $100 of classes, that's good quality. The $100 of classes, though, it's good quality, yeah. Michael Golden said that Rob Liefeld drew guns that look like a cracker box with a donut on the end. And gosh darn it, to be critiqued by Michael Golden when it comes to tech. That guy can draw tech, machinery, equipment better than anybody. So, yeah. I can't disagree with that. All right. 6:30 here. We still have time before New Year's on the West Coast. Some of you guys are heading up. Well, many of you guys not on the West Coast, in the Central or East Coast, are getting closer to New Year's on your side. Hopefully I see you again later tonight. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But if I don't, Happy New Year's to you all. So glad that you guys jumped in here to say, hey, 2024, for the most part, was a wonderful year. Mark, my heart, my prayers go out to you, my man. Like I said earlier, you're a big part of why I love doing this channel, and your mom was a big part of it as well. So I'm so sorry for your loss. Rest in peace, Mark's mom. I dedicate, this piece that I'm working on, I'm going to dedicate to your mom, to you and your mom, because you guys were awesome. You were awesome, and I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate getting to know you through YouTube. I would have never gotten to know you outside of doing YouTube, and so that has been special for me. And so, yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about that for your loss, and I really hope that you come out of it just with great memories of your mom and how much she meant to you, poured into you, sacrificed for you, and made you the man that you are today. So shout out to all the moms out there, like Mark's mom. And yeah, this new year, I know it's ended on a sad note for you, but as time goes, you are going to reflect on her life, and I'm sure you're doing that already. and just realize what an awesome time you had with her and how lucky you were to have her as your mom. And we were lucky to get to know her as well. So thank you so much for introducing her to my channel and just making her a part of this community. It was awesome. It was awesome getting to know her. And I look forward to kind of continuing on with you, Mark. So, yeah, I will see you guys soon. Hopefully, if not tonight, very soon later, maybe later this week. But Happy New Year's, everybody. Have a good celebration. Thankful for you all. And I will see you soon. And fittingly, Mark was the first person in the chat. And so he got the credit for being first in my credits. All right. I've yapped enough. See you guys later. Take care. Happy New Year's.